When you think about mobile phones, Tesla electric cars, gaming laptops, what comes in your mind? The advancement of our human race, right? Well, we can clearly see, quietly but effectively, how our world had been changing from the day we were born, with sudden changes in technology, and who knows what we get to see in the future. That is because of a secret sauce which had been behind all these developments. You guessed it right, that is the lithium-ion batteries. Fundamental works on lithium-ion batteries started from 1970s and remarkable progress had been made ever since. First products of lithium-ion batteries were hand camcoders in 1991. Laptops soon followed after that, and after a decade, what we all know, the tech bubble along with the backing of this technology made Apple and other tech companies into tech giants. These batteries were powering all sort of wearable devices and smartphones. Gadgets might have been popular, but the underlying technology remained the same. That is, lithium ions move from the negative electrode to the positive electrode during discharge and back again when charging. But all this, my friends, were just a tipping point to which now the remarkable transformation begins, where we can start to see a sudden development we have not seen for ages. So with lightning research, batteries will be much cheaper, and in energy sector we might see emerging startups and already existing companies to store electricity and harvest renewable power. So that also brings us to a competition which we might be looking that is currently disrupting the auto sector. Yes, it's the competition between gas-powered engine and the electric vehicles. Of course, we know electric vehicles in the market are not cheap. Well, that is to change soon, as analyst predicts in 5 to 7 year costs are going to come down in equal to gas-powered vehicles. So, if that's true, eventually battery prices will come down so much that it disrupts the total market, by which there could be something called as battery boom. The battery boom could totally erode the demand for crude oil and its products such as gasoline and natural gas. You see, natural gas is a primary source for power plants, and if we see a drastic change in industry by adoption of batteries in auto and energy sectors, this would quietly reduce emissions overall by enhancing efforts to tackle climate change. Global power plants alone produce about a quarter of world's emissions, while light-duty vehicles such as cars and vans contribute another 12%. The advancement of rechargeable batteries is now a matter of national security. Control of the minerals and the manufacturing processes needed to make lithium-ion batteries is somewhat the 21st century version of oil security. Why is that? And how is it that it is a grave concern for the citizens of United States? Well, essentially, China is a leading producer of lithium, dominating production of 16 out of 35 minerals. According to an article Clear Path, nearly 60% of lithium-ion batteries come from China. You see, if we compare this to oil, none of any oil-producing countries constitutes more than 20% by its market share. So if you have watched my previous video, 1973 oil crisis, how there was a sudden oil crisis and prices of oil skyrocketed, we might see China along with some other Asian countries to be giants in manipulating prices of these batteries, thereby affecting global economy massively. The video link for the oil crisis will be in the description below. Let me know in the comments section if you want me to make a video on the supply chain of lithium-ion batteries and how shift of power might be there and what exactly US is doing. Well, in short, they're conducting various experiments to turn the tide against the Asian countries, which is quite fascinating, which will be in one of my upcoming videos if there is any request. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to be able to see my videos when they are out. In a time where we are looking how basically the earth is on a transition to be powered with green and sustainable energy, so how will Mars be powered? you definitely have seen the efforts which SpaceX and NASA are putting into, which is pretty cool, right? Secretly, lithium might be the key resource which might be the technology of the future in Mars. You see, lithium is overabundant in cosmic rays in space. So, cosmic rays come isotropically into the atmosphere of Mars. Whether you know it or not, lithium compounds are soluble in water, which tends to concentrate, and as it evaporates, it can form lithium-rich evaporates. And here is what is important. On Earth, about 60% of lithium production is obtained from brines, which is essentially seawater with high concentration of lithium carbonate. So, if in the past Mars has had lakes, rivers and oceans, certainly that could have formed lithium-rich deposits. Thereby in future, mining of the mineral on the planet can be a possibility which could be the source of power for that planet. Now, coming back to Earth, battery prices have fallen very quickly due to excessive demand from the automakers. Here is a graph showing long-term electric vehicle sales projection. We can relatively see how sales of 5 million in 2021 will transition into over 45 million by 2028. And also look at this graph showing estimates of lithium-ion battery costs coming down due to gradually increasing demand from auto giants from $200 per kilowatt hour to roughly about $60 per kilowatt hour. Large installations of lithium-ion batteries have begun replacing peakers in parts of the US. If you didn't know peakers, they're essentially power plants which run when there is a high demand. Builders are looking at another futuristic step in the industry, that is building batteries to harvest and send clean power from solar and wind farms. Here is a graph on how the estimates of market cap of lithium-ion batteries look in upcoming future. Growth estimates for market cap are to increase from 30 billion to about $120 billion. You see, it definitely is on a course to disrupt various industry segments, by which it might be a powerhouse for our planet Earth and maybe our future colonized planet Mars. Even though things look prosperous, it does have challenges to it. Safety. Though battery safety has improved, lithium-ion batteries have a history of catching fire, which resulted in, let's remember what happened last year. With recalls coming from BMW AG, Hyundai, General Motors, that definitely brings the technology to its back foot, right? Also, you see, a shortage of charging stations might discourage EV customers. So what do you think about lithium-ion batteries, and do you think it's the future? Or will the safety issue create a setback for the technology? Do let us know in the comment sections. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe and also hit the notification bell to know when my next video comes out. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.